lot of people waiting.
Is there? Are we going? You got to count me in.
Oh, yeah. We've been going for like 10 seconds.
Great. I hope you're enjoying watching me drink.
Now we're fully live.
Okay.
26 people were waiting.
Wow, you people are amazing. Okay. Hi, everyone.
This camera's exposing the mess over there.
That's okay. Our kitchen is just a giant mess all the time. So welcome to our mess.
I'm just saying you're trying to cover it up.
No, it was worse. So there's that. And Wooly just made me some fresh plant milk. So shout out to Wooly. Here in Canada, we are having what is called Family Day, which is a national holiday? I think it is. It might be called different things in different provinces. But anyway, we're all up today, which is nice because for those who live in our part of the world, we just had kind of snowmageddon over the last few days. So much snow outside. My arms were aching last night, so we're having a nice recovery from having to shovel.
It's called Islanders Day in PEI.
Islanders Day in PEI. So we're dealing with that. So thank you. So couple little housekeeping things before we get into cooking today. Those who ordered second printing from our cookbook of the physical copies, which we're using from today. If you're cooking from the recipe today, it's on page 138. If you have a copy of our ebook or this, and Ephraim will put up a copy of the ebook somewhere around here. Oh, you know what? I think did you do the mirroring thing again? Right there. Bing. Okay, it's right there.
Should I mirror?
Well, is everything backwards? Is our kitchen backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
Okay.
Backwards.
Flip the images around. Give us a second. Things might look weird in a second. I think people were just like surprised that everyone in our house was left-handed. We're not. Okay, so for those who ordered from the second printing of the cookbook, literally just sent those off with our lovely mail guy on Friday. He came by and picked up a ton of boxes from us. So they're going. Those who live in North America, they should arrive this week or early next week. If you live further away, like the UK, it could take 3 to 5 weeks, depending on where you live. I know people in Australia are still waiting for our first printing to get out to you. We had a really nice response from that we kept on getting orders after. So we're going to go right into a third printing. So if you missed out on one of those two, we're still going to have copies available. Eve, can you go under the chat, Annie, made a file for me just with our email address. Click on the chat. Or not in the chat. Captions, maybe? I think she has a thing with our email address. There you go. Yeah, just click that. Thanks. So you can use that email address that's down in the lower ticker at the bottom. And you can email me your full address, and I will let you know how to get a cookbook. Great. Okay, so that's that. Ephraim will hold on to.
Tanya said she just made the granola.
Oh, we just made some fresh granola yesterday too. We make that all the time. So Ephraim's going to go have a snack now. Okay, so I'm going to very, very quickly let you know the things you need to do right away for this recipe. And then I'll start cutting some. I haven't cut anything or prepped anything yet, so we'll do that together. And then Ephraim can read out who said hello so far, and we'll give some shout outs. He'll put up on the screen. It'll be great. So the two things you need to do right away if you haven't done it yet is start pressing your tofu. This isn't crucial, but if you have some time, do it. Even just do it now, and then by the time we're done chopping, it'll have helped a little bit. If you don't have a tofu press like we've got here, just wrap it in a kitchen towel of some kind, and then put some weight down on top of it. Put a plate on top of it, under another plate, and heavy cookbooks. The other thing that is helpful is take your cashews, which are half a cup, boil some water, and put them over top. If they're raw cashews and you have a really intense blender like a Vitamix, you might be okay. I like to soften them up. It just makes things creamier. Do that now. By the time we need them, they'll be nice and soft. Okay. Here's the things we're going to cut up and get ready. And that way Ephraim can give some shout outs and I don't have to interrupt. We're going to get our mushrooms, which what I've got here is a combination of just some cremini mushrooms. And I also have some blue Nevadas, which are the mushrooms that we've been growing. We're doing a video about mushrooms coming up sometime in the upcoming weeks. And we've been growing a bunch of mushrooms from this great company called Mini Mushroom Farms. So these ones actually aren't in peak shape. I let them go a couple days too long, but they're going to be great in the soup. They're beautiful. So we need to chop those up. We need to dice an onion. We're going to get our 2 pounds of potatoes, and then we're just going to we're basically going to cut them into little chunks, and then we're going to kind of just slice up some celery, and we're going to peel this carrot, and we're going to cut it into half moons. So get all of that ready and going, and I'll let Ephraim now. You can show the overhead camera, Eve, so people can see what I'm doing.
Okay.
And we can get some shout outs going to send some people some love. And I have to get a pot because it's hard to get the pot.
Let's see where these people are from. So the first one, Lori from Bartlett, Tennessee.
Who is it?
Lori from Bartlett, Tennessee.
Hello, Lori.
Sandy from Guelph, Ontario.
Hey, Sandy, you made it. Sandy wasn't sure she was going to make it because of the snow. Okay, I'm going to get my... Oh, shoot. I'm going to get my induction burner just heating up here. Maybe get your pot if you're cooking with us. Who's cooking along with us? Let us know. Just get it kind of warming up. Keep going, Eve. Who else is watching?
Right. Brenda from Chatham, Ontario.
Chatham.
Susan from Seymour, Tennessee.
Every time I hear the name Seymour, I just want to break into song from Little Shop. Suddenly Seymour.
No.
Alright, we got cut off real quick. Gong.
Amy from Kentwood, Michigan.
From Kentwood, Michigan. So I'm cutting up if you're wondering why I'm cutting up my vegetables kind of in reverse order. I'm going to put the onion, celery, and carrots in all together. The mushrooms go in first, so I'm going to cut those other things up, put them in like a little bowl on the side, and then the potatoes go in last. Sorry, you continue.
Cool cat from Quebec, Canada.
Hello, Dominic. That's Dominique. Dominique has her own, for those who live in the Quebec area, she has her own little burgeoning catering business. So I'll let you chat her up down below if you want to get some meals made up for you. Hers look amazing.
Julia from PEI.
Hey, Julia. Enjoy. Is it Islanders Day, you said? That's what they call it in PEI?
Yep. That's what she said.
That's awesome.
Snowy Girl 3 from Australia.
It's not snowy there right there now. They're having their summer. Hello, Snowy Girl.
Heather from Maple Ridge, BC. So
these carrots are a bit on the heftier side, so I might actually quarter moon these as opposed to half mooning them. And as always, if anyone has any questions about this recipe or anything really, throw them up in the chat, and Ephraim will try to get to them.
Oh. Okay. Cool Cat is not cooking tonight, just hanging out.
Just hanging?
Yep.
And you can put yourself if you want to add yourself to the video. Open up your camera.
Whoa! Wait. Oh, actually, just
make that part the big part.
Whoa! Look at this. I got my own webcam now.
It's Ephcam.
I'm so far behind that. Wait.
It's okay. It's gonna take us a few minutes to cut up vegetables, so we can take this time to say hello to
Lori's
everyone.
asking if she can use regular spicy mustard instead of mustard powder.
Yeah. Oh, and so just like mustard from a jar.
I guess like yellow mustard, Dijon.
Oh, that's a good question. I've never done that.
Try it. See how it turns out.
That's my response is just give it a go and
You should like make a video of making your own recipes with like substitutes that are like kind of weird. So, like,
that's literally every recipe I make.
No, but like of our own recipes.
Oh, of our own, just trying stuff out. That's interesting. Doing swaps in our own recipes. Putting mustard in. Huh. I don't know, because it's the same, but it's a little bit different. I would Google that. real quick and see, because I've never actually tried to swap out like dry mustard with wet mustard. But I mean, if you got Dijon, I would use that. Did you say it was a hot mustard though? Ooh.
I don't know if it's like hot or just like
Spicy?
like regular mustard that has a kick to it.
Like a ballpark mustard? No,
I
like
don't know.
Dijon. Regular mustard doesn't have a kick
Might
to
be
it.
Dijon.
Dijon. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, try it. It's not gonna. You know what I would do? I would, if you're gonna put the mustard in that way, don't put it in as a spice when we put the other spices in. Put it in, later on. We're gonna make. We're gonna use the cashews and make like a little cream sauce with them. What I would do is put the mustard in with that, so it gets blended up nicely. That would be my concern, was making sure it's blended up. So if you're gonna use your wet mustard for that, do that. That's my thought. I still don't promise. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. Do it.
Christine from Oklahoma.
Hello, Christine. Sorry, I'm just reading. 1 cup of celery, which I'm going to say is going to be 3 of these.
3?
Sure. Sure.
You think?
Well, we can measure.
Let's see.
I mean, if you want to be precise, we can do that.
Let's see the 3.
Let's see how well my estimations are.
Thank you, Susan, for the tip.
Oh, yeah. You can put a little scroll at the bottom. For those who are new to our live streams, the kids run the board for us, so they're the ones running the cameras and making sure everything goes along smoothly. And it's kind of their version of an after-school job, so any tips that we get during the live streams go to them. So it's greatly appreciated. Feel free to tip them using the super chat down below. If you don't know how to use that, where you go to write something, I believe literally there's an option in there to add a tip when you go to write something. So I'm going to split these in half, and then I'm going to just quickly...
Pat is cooking along.
Nice. Has anyone made this that's not cooking along? They can verify the recipe is delicious.
I can verify the recipe.
Ephraim demanded that we make this. Velma can verify. Look, she's right at the bottom. You might be able to see her.
Oh, yeah, you can see her.
You can see her, like, waiting. Hi, Velma. Want to say hi to the people? Hello. You can't have this.
Joy from Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson.
Tucson?
You
sure?
It's not Tucson.
Tucson. That's what it looks like.
I know, but it's not Tucson.
Well,
It's Tucson.
I don't know my American geography
It's okay.
names, city names. Joy's cooking along. Mary from Sussex, New Brunswick. Is that how you say it? Sussex?
Sussex?
Sussex.
All right. And people have asked before, this cutting board, it's from IKEA. I like it because it's bendy.
Thin.
It's thin. It looks like it moves. It doesn't really move around. And I can do this. It comes in a 2-pack, Willie
Where's the other
says.
one?
I don't know where the other one is. We lost. Oh, it didn't last. We lost it somewhere.
What?
Anyway, we've had it for forever, so it doesn't surprise me. Is this onion funky in the bottom? Okay, so we're getting there. We're almost done. I'm going to cut up the potatoes in a second. Or then the mushrooms got to be cut up. Which I might be able to... Oh, yeah. Always check the top layer of your onion. Sometimes it gets funky, but just cut her off. And then we're going to put them in here. And this little bowl of wonders here is later on going to go into our broth bag. And what we're going to do with our broth bag, we won't do it while we're watching here today, is every now and then we'll take a couple handfuls of that, throw it into a pot with some water, and then we'll make some broth. That's homemade broth that Willie made yesterday. And first of all, it's basically free because you're just using your scraps.
Hey, because I'm Jeremy here.
You can change your name, I think.
Alright.
It's basically free, and it's got so much more flavor.
Ooh, here we go.
Keep your scraps.
Oh, no, just... Oops.
Okay.
When I change the name, it changes all of them.
Oh, okay.
I just have no name.
Just have, well, I don't know.
I can't enter a name. Clamless.
Oh, you're making one.
Chowder.
Oh, we're only making one recipe today, though, so it's okay. Are you making a title for the?
Making it, instead of saying Jeremy.
Oh, okay.
Clamless chowder.
Okay.
Vi said she used mustard from a jar.
Oh yeah. Then you were good to go. Yeah, I would just put it in when you're making the cashew mixture. When did my garlic go in? When does the garlic go in? Oh no, is that a mistake in this book? Did I not say when to add the garlic?
Deep question here. From the
Oh,
Baron
man.
Band's Entertainment.
So I think I actually made a mistake in the book. 1 second. I don't say when to put the garlic in. Oh no, I did. It's right here. Woo! Add garlic and stir. That goes in the very end. So we'll keep that as on the side, and I'll cut that up later on. All I'm going to do is smash this down with my blade. Well, I'll do it for you. You know what? I'll do it right now, and then it's done. You got a couple more little bowls. Put the garlic on the side. Sorry, someone had a question?
Okay.
Smashy, and then I'm just going to put it through a little press.
The Baron Band's Entertainment is wondering what got you to be plant-based.
What got me to be plant-based?
Yeah.
So I had I call it my long farewell tour from being an omnivore to being fully plant-based. It took about 12 years. And it started just with dating Wooly because she was vegetarian. And so when we got married, I was already eating a lot less, animal products then anyway. This garlic looks nasty. So it wasn't a huge deal, but what I did was right around the time that we got married, I ended up reading the book Eating Animals by Jonathan Safran Foer. And I watched Fast Food Nation, the Richard Linklater movie. And they had this kill floor scene at the end of the movie that just... And then the next day I was at a friend's wedding, and there's a giant piece of steak on my plate with like mashed potatoes and vegetables, and I just looked at it and I couldn't eat it. I felt so awful. And from that, then I just became pescatarian. I was still okay with eating seafood. That didn't bother me morally for some reason. And then I think, I was like a pescatarian for a long time, like 10 years probably. And then when I wanted to get really serious about weight loss, I just started researching other people who had major like weight loss transformations, and a lot of them was through diet, was through eating plant-based. And so I switched over, and I decided to spend I decided to just go whole food plant-based for 6 months, and see how it would go. And here we are, many years later. And so I ended up losing. I used to be, for those that don't know my weight loss story, I used to be double the weight I am now almost. And so over the course of about a year and a half, I lost 180 pounds or so. And now I've been maintaining it without really that much effort. I don't count calories anymore. I was counting calories, which I have very mixed feelings about that now. Which I've talked about in other videos. I won't bore you with the details of that right now. But
are you talking about the video was boring?
The video isn't boring. I'm just saying it did sound like I said that. I just mean we've got other stuff to do, and it's a long story.
Yeah.
And I've made videos on it. But yeah, so that's health. Health primarily was the main reason, but then it's like environmental. A lot of the reasons was too is just like realizing what animal products do to the planet and not being okay with that. And not wanting to be part of that system. All right, let's cut up the Nevadas, and then we're going to start cooking.
Jessica Ramsey for the tip.
Thanks, Jessica. All right, and then we're just going to dice these up. These will soften up in the. Oh, they're definitely chewier than they should be. It's okay.
I'm like 6 minutes behind from your story.
Oh yeah. Oh, of comments.
I'm at where people are saying hi, Belma.
Oh, hello.
Thank you, Pat, for the tip. What are people saying? Kathleen's saying, trying to cook along, but realized she has no mushrooms.
You know what? Make it without the mushrooms. They're not going to make it. They will add like a nice umami-ness to the dish, but they won't make or break it. If you just put some other vegetable in there. They won't make or break the dish. Oh, you know what I didn't do?
What?
Okay.
Oh no.
That's okay. No, we're good for timing. Now we're gonna get our tofu going. So.
Yikes!
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yikes!
No, we're good. We're good. He's freaking out. He's losing his mind. That's okay. Well, I told people to press it, right? So this is why you press it in advance. So right before you start the mushrooms, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just cut. This is what's meant to imitate like the clam, and to get it properly, the texture right. I like to air fry it, or you can bake it. So get the oven going or your air fryer going. If you're using your oven 400 degrees Fahrenheit, get that on. I'm just going to use the air fryer, but I'm going to turn it on now too. If you're doing an air fryer, do it at 375 because your air fryer is going to tend to run a little bit hotter, or it just cooks in a way that you don't need this high of a temperature with convection ovens. Now the reason why you do this is because you want to overcook it in your oven or air fryer too, so that it gets kind of like a skin on it, like it gets overcooked. Because what's going to happen is when you put it back into the liquid with a pot, it's going to rehydrate it, but it's going to give it this texture that makes it more clam-like. And we haven't marinated this with anything. We don't need to. There's so much flavor in this soup. The tofu doesn't need it.
I'm about to have like 3 bowls.
Ethan's gonna have 3 bowls. He loves the soup so much.
Okay.
So this is a bit too big. I cut these in half. So this is make them whatever size you want. It's not crucial. Sorry, he's trying to keep up.
You yap too much.
I'm teaching them how to make a recipe. I yap too much. Okay, sorry.
Cool Cat's wondering, can you do this in the Instant Pot?
I haven't done it in the Instant Pot, but I don't see why not.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta take these comments and questions.
I do.
You gotta make a video.
A lot of our videos come from comments and questions. You know what I would do? I think you can, but what I would do is I would still add the tofu at the end because you don't want it to turn into mush. So I would do everything but the tofu in the Instant Pot, and it'd probably be fine.
This is what I'm saying. You gotta make a video on people asking questions for like different ways to make the recipe.
I know. But you know how many videos? Oh,
what?
You did not clean out the Instant Pot after you used this at lunch.
I had to play video games.
He had to play video games every once today. It's mostly clean.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna throw these in here and just spread them out.
Is wondering, do you reread the chat after the live is over?
I do. I read all the comments for all the videos. I respond to most of them. If it's not a question, I don't always respond to it. I get a lot of our video ideas from reading the chat, and I see what people are looking for, what the common questions are, the common requests are. Okay, so we're gonna cook this for like 15 to 25 minutes. I'm gonna do 20. Oh, I'm gonna cook it for 25, and then basically when we're ready, I'll pull it out.
Dawn, the page is 138. Sorry for getting this 6 minutes late.
1:30. Well, they have the book. They would have had time to look.
Never mind, Pat said. Thanks, Pat.
We have a very helpful chat. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna actually. We've done most of the cutting. I'm gonna cut up the potatoes while things are happening, and I'm just gonna dice them really small, basically the same size as the potatoes we did, like bite size. Okay, so let me reposition the camera.
Cool Cat said,
Let me know if you
saw
can.
your name as a presenter for the Weight Loss Summit.
With Chef AJ, yeah.
What is that?
What is that? The kids don't even know what I'm up to.
I know. I didn't even know that. Like, you told me that story, and like, you never told me that story.
What story?
Like, how are your weight loss stuff?
The weight loss stuff?
At the wedding. I wanted you to keep the steak or whatever.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
You never told me that.
You never asked.
Well, I thought I knew. Most of it.
That's true. I just check it. Okay, that's what we like. See how there's little balls dancing around? That's the right temperature. That's what we want. I'll do it again so people can see.
Oh, why did you do that?
See? See the balls?
That's gross.
That's what we want. No, I pulled it off the side. We're good.
No, I was.
What are you? Let it go.
Drinking out of the tap, and then you just
It's gonna burn away. We're family.
Okay.
Okay, so no oil, no nothing. I'm just gonna put these in. I might add a little water, but mushrooms. The mushrooms are gonna break down and create their own water, so we don't really need water. I don't find them. They stick a little bit. We'll add a little water.
I caught up.
To deglaze them.
Look at that. I caught up.
Okay, so we're gonna let these go for like, what do I say, 5 minutes? The mushrooms ish until softened. All right. If you're cooking this along, you can smell the mushrooms instantly, and they smell delicious. Okay, we're gonna let those go. You can't smell that? And we're gonna cut up the potato.
Oh, I can smell that.
Yeah, I am standing right over. Oh, Velma can smell it. She's coming. Velma is returning to the kitchen. Okay, so while that's happening, if you haven't cut your potatoes yet, get about 2 pounds of potatoes, which is 4 or 5 potatoes, the size of your fist, roughly. 2 pounds of potatoes. 2 pounds of potatoes. I do my bad accents.
Is that the one we lost Vegas?
Oh, the weight loss. I've already pre-recorded my segment for it. I think it's all on Zoom, as far as I know. I've done mine through Zoom. We pre-recorded it a little while back with AJ. So I look forward to you all checking it out. Anyone that's joining in on that. Okay. So these are the sizes of the potatoes I'm cutting up. For reference in my hand, for those that can see. A dice like that. If you make them too big, they just might take a little bit too long to cook. What else did people make this weekend? What are you guys cooking up? Besides this, those that are watching along. Then I made the granola. I heard that from the book. That is one of our staples. What's great about that granola too is you can just make so many swaps with it. Like if you don't have tahini, you can use any other nut butter. You can change the spices out if you don't want cinnamon. Cocoa powder is really nice in it. Or any seasonal spices. If you want to make it more like a gingerbread kind of thing is nice. And then the nuts and the seeds and the dried fruit can just be swapped out endlessly.
What?
What's that?
What are you talking about?
I was just talking about the granola.
Sandy's asking when you check the weight loss summit.
Oh, where did someone? Well, I imagine whoever was commenting on that might have seen it in Chef AJ's newsletter. I'm going to assume, but I'll let them in the comments.
No, but
where do you watch it?
Yeah.
I should know that because I'm part of it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But look up Chef AJ Weight Loss Summit, and if you need to know right now, if not, message me later, and I will try to get back to it, and I'll try to let you know. I'm bad at self-promotion for the most part. I do stuff like that, and then I kind of just, my brain just goes on to the next thing. I compartmentalize a little too well sometimes. Okay, these are looking pretty good. Okay, so now we're gonna, is that a little hair? Hairs happen in cooking. We're not gonna freak out about it. Okay, now the rest of the, we're gonna add in these veggies and let them kind of rock and roll for a little bit. What do I say? About 5 minutes. And then while we finish cutting up our potatoes, we'll throw the garlic in just before.
Somebody's asking what that squeaky sound is.
That squeaky sound? That was just the pot. That was the pot doing its old thing. Potatoes. For those that are coming in late, I'll just reiterate that those who got in on our second printing of the cookbook, you can, I just sent them out with the shipper, the post office. The guy came by in his truck and picked them up on Friday, so they are heading out. Those who live in North America will probably get them this week or next week. They do have tracking numbers for North America, so if you want your tracking number, let me know. I didn't send them out individually because it would just take me forever to do that, because I literally have to do it manually. For those who live further away, it might take a couple more weeks. And for those who've not gotten a physical copy and are worried they missed out, I am going to do a third printing pretty soon, almost right away. So we'll throw up the email at the bottom.
Yep.
So that way you can email me there with your full address, and I'll send you the info. And we'll let you know how to get a copy. And those I'll probably get those going sometime in March. And then I don't know if we'll do another printing after that, just because it is a lot of work. Because we, hand write out, by hand we address every single one and autograph them and whatnot. So we'll do a big order this time, and then once we sell out, we'll see.
I need to get closer to the microphone, so I'll stand over here.
Oh, Ethan's got to get closer?
It's on the phone, so I'll just talk louder.
Was someone asking? Yeah, sorry. We're still figuring out the mic stuff. I was using the mic from this camera that follows me around, but
well, I mean, the camera's been working, so
the camera has been working, but now I don't trust it.
hopefully loud enough.
But we will. I might just sort out a better mic situation just for the whole live stream, since we are doing them on a regular basis now. So, thank you for working through our technical struggles.
Oh no, I think I'm being very quiet. There we go.
Talk a little louder. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, Thomas made some saucy butter beans on toast with vegan cheese.
Very.
But lately, it's just been smoothies and turkey sandwiches.
Oh, you buy like the turkey? I've never actually had that. Okay, let me just review the recipe and remind myself what's going to happen next. So after this, we're going to add in the garlic, and then we're going to add in the broth, potatoes, and our seasonings, and we're going to bring it to a boil and simmer for 10 to 15 minutes, basically just until the potatoes are softened. And then while that's going to happen, we'll blend up some stuff for, oh, you know what? I'm going to move the blender back there because I don't trust having this induction stove and the blender on the same power source. So while this is finishing up, I'm going to move that. But I'll add all the stuff over here so you can see what we're adding into the blender. I just don't trust it. I don't trust our power source.
Pat just added the spices to the broth, and it smells divine.
Pat's ahead of us.
Yeah.
Okay, we're probably good over here. I'm about to. These are looking pretty good. Oh, it smells good. Ooh, yeah. What is mine? Okay, so what is it for the spices? It is a teaspoon of mustard powder, a teaspoon of paprika, and a teaspoon of thyme. Today, we were low on thyme, and instead of getting some more, we keep our spices in the freezer in the basement. We actually have some fresh thyme in our Click and Grow, so I'm going to use that.
That freezer sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck. The drawer sucks. It's just all like jumbled.
Yeah, we got to clean it out. I'm due for a big freezer clean out organization. If you want to switch out, I just taught this to Ephraim. See if you remember.
Oh, I got it.
If you want to
swap, I got it right here.
I'm going to ask you the question.
No, okay. I know the question. I know the answer.
Okay.
To your question. So, if in the recipe, You got, where is it? Here it says 1 teaspoon of thyme. Can you read it?
Then, step back, she beside me because the camera's following me.
Then, instead of, you should have wrote dried thyme there.
You're right, I should have wrote dried thyme.
So 1 teaspoon of dried spice is equivalent to 1 tablespoon of fresh.
Good job. Ish. Yeah.
Thank you, Kimberly, for the tip. Thank you, Kathleen, for the tip.
Okay. Yes, thank you for supporting this Ephraim's after school job. Well, not school today. Today was a holiday here in Canada. Here in Canada, we had a holiday.
Canada. Joy says made the pad thai and orange chicken with soy chunks.
Oh, the other thing, I'm not going to do it today. The other thing you can do with this recipe if you want to give it even more of that seafood flavor is when you're making the liquid that we're going to make shortly, you could add like some nori flakes because your mom doesn't like the seafood taste. No, not she specifically asked me earlier to not include it.
It's plant, Mom.
It is plant. Literally, seaweed is a plant. Okay, so we're going to add in... oh, sorry, I almost forgot the garlic. Whoopsie. Okay.
I want to make that orange chicken tofu thing that we made for that 4 recipe thing again.
4 recipe thing?
Remember? So like, what was it? 40,000?
Oh, the 40,000. Oh, yeah.
That was good.
The orange chicken?
Yeah, that was so good.
We should do that again. Okay, so the garlic's going in. I would have it in. We just have to go back to the video. It's in the video somewhere. It's not in the book. It's someone else's recipe, I think. We'd have to modify it. Well, I might have modified it, but who knows? Okay, so the garlic is in there. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds to heat up and mingle with the rest of the ingredients. So those that are SOS free, salt, oil, and sugar, like processed sugar. So there's no salt in this. The miso paste kind of does that for you. And there's no oil because we rarely add any oil to our food. Just when we're doing like kind of like a dirty stir fry. Okay, so 4 cups of broth / water.
4 cups?
4 cups. It's soup, man.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Don't mind me. I grabbed too small of a jar.
Sandy says...
This is our homemade broth. Nothing special in it, just whatever we had. Okay, I'm going to start cranking this up because we want it to come to a boil.
Sandy says, I wouldn't want fish either. Traumatized by fish as a kid. I don't know what that means.
Traumatized? I kind of want more of that, but I also don't want to force you to tell it. That just sounds fascinating. All right. Let's get that in there. And then we're going to add in our mustard powder and our paprika. And Willie's making her way through. If anyone wants to say hi to Willie, now's the time.
Hello.
Oh! The company's coming.
Hello. Good in here.
There's 3 cameras set up.
Smells better.
We're moving up in the world.
The 3 cameras. Well, one laptop and...
Too much to pay attention to.
Where do I look?
It's like CP24 up in here.
It's like I can do this. I can be in this one and wave in this one. Huh?
Pretty fancy. Okay. What? Why does it seem like that's not enough broth?
Because you add the other liquid thing.
No, well, but I need. Yeah, you're right.
Milk?
Yeah, but not yet. You don't want to add the milk before you bring it to a boil, otherwise you're going to have curdled milk.
You got 4 cups of broth?
It is 4 cups.
Well, there you go. What it
Hi,
says
Mom.
here.
Can you give me a
Hello.
lid for this, Willie?
Hi,
What's
Dawn.
that?
Willie, do you want to grab me a lid for this?
Thomas.
Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Kim.
You just
So
put
many
that.
people. Oh, hi, Cookbook. Sorry. My bad. So this is looking really good. There's carrots and potatoes
Willie.
and broth.
So this is
and
where our tofu is
mushrooms.
at.
Oh, man.
Hey!
It's
Oh.
very, very
Is it
crispy.
hot?
It's hot. No. Don't put it in your mouth.
He's gonna put it in his mouth.
Step back.
No, it doesn't go in there yet.
He threw it
You
in
said
the
it was
pot.
gonna go in.
Not yet. I was just showing the people.
You said this is about to go in.
No, I said anyway.
Damn, that would have been so cool.
Awkward.
Okay, I'm gonna let it go even longer. Okay. Where am I at? Cool. Can you go to? Oh, I got it. Get the lid.
Susan, I am 15. Big 1'5".
Soon to be 1'6". I feel like I'm too
1'6".
tall for that camera.
Oh,
Subject lost.
here's the traumatized by fish story.
Uh-oh.
Sandy says, when I was 4, we were at the docks fishing, and a fishing boat came in and dropped a huge amount of fish about 10 feet away from me. They were all over and moving. It scared me to death.
That'll do it.
Ugh.
It's Kim M's first time watching in person.
Hey, Kim.
Welcome, Kim.
Where are you watching from, Kim?
She's watching from Zeeland, Holland, Michigan.
We got to teach our kids how to pronounce
I
cities.
know, I
And
heard.
Ah! Someone was bit my foot. By accident. Hi!
I'm gonna add just a little bit more broth because I want the potatoes to be covered.
Pat said your broth will increase.
It will. I
Oh,
know.
you just add more?
Hi,
Like just a
Sal.
hair more.
Why? You're messing. That. You wrote the recipe. It obviously works. Why are you changing it?
It's a little
you
extra
trying to make
broth.
me mad? You trying to make me mad here?
Apparently,
I chose this recipe and you're changing it. Like,
I'm not changing. I add.
cooking is a science.
No, baking is a science. Cooking is art.
No.
Okay, let me know in the comments down below. Hashtag art or hashtag science.
This isn't Twitter.
You can use hashtags on. Sure, why not? Or just write the word if you don't want to do the hashtag. Okay, so.
Define.
Oh, Jessica's also a first time watcher.
Hey,
Welcome,
Jessica.
Oh.
Okay, so.
Vegan since 1979.
Wow, Linda. That's amazing.
You've been vegan longer than I've been alive.
I don't think you should say that. I'm polite.
That wasn't being rude. That was a compliment. I was trying to give you props. Okay, so this
Passion.
the pot.
Art. Alchemy. See? Science. Both. Science.
Okay, so I'm gonna make the mixture in here that we're gonna use for like the creamy part. To make this creamy. So we're gonna do. Where'd my thing go? 1 cup of
Art. Both.
So this is the half a cup of the cashews that we've been soaking.
Oh, there we
Then we're gonna put in a cup of milk,
go. Make it up as you go.
non-dairy milk, whatever kind you got. Willie just made this. What's in it, Willie?
Almond and pumpkin seed.
This is almond and pumpkin seed,
My favorite
which
blend right
I
now.
don't think you could ever buy anywhere. The only reason we have this is because we make our own with our milky plant, which I think I have a general link in the description below. If you're ever looking for like the products we use on a regular basis, in the description of all of our videos, just keep scrolling down, and I have like a whole section with links for where to get things.
Suzanne wants to know if we know any Lalons in Washington State.
Not that I know of.
No.
Oh, we do. I mean, we have relatives from all over the place, but I don't know them well if I do.
Lalonde is like the French version of Smith.
Yeah, it's really common.
It's a very common name.
It's a very unremarkably common name. Watch out, Wilma. Okay.
Witch's brew.
Ooh, Linda rescued farm animals. Wow, I want to know more about that. That's what I want to do in my future life.
It's true. That's what we want to do when we move to the farm.
Alchemy.
We want to have a little farm
Science.
sanctuary.
How much nori would you put in a sheet?
Let's see.
A sheet.
I
I need the recipe, though. I need to know how much miso to put in.
Where's
Tablespoon? Tablespoon.
Yes, 1 sheet of miso.
Miso.
1 sheet of miso.
No, 1 sheet of nori. That doesn't make any sense.
Suzanne says, "Don't trip over the dog."
Yeah, I know. Thanks for the tip. We call that pulling a Dale in our family because Emily's poor mother tripped over Rufus one day and messed up her wrist. Broke her hand on Rufus, so.
What are you doing?
I'm just trying to get all the miso off.
That's funny.
Okay, so the tofu should be good. I'm going to blend this up. Let's see how my... So I know I'm going to blend this up over here so you don't have as loud of a noise and also so I don't blow this circuit. So, can we see that again? Is that good?
Yeah. The soup is cooking.
Great.
Ooh.
Why don't you tell people what you're working on today, Willie?
What I'm working on, I'm doing work for work.
No, I mean you made something.
Oh. I made, we've been trying to make old recipes from our family.
Talk nice and loud because the sound's coming from here.
So, we are trying to change recipes that we used to have as kids and make them whole food plant-based. So today I tried my grandmother's butterscotch square and I did add some chocolate chips on top, which is not whole food plant-based, but I'm a little addicted to chocolate. It's a problem I have. I'm working on it.
It's a problem we all have in this family.
So, we're having for dessert. Ooh.
I'm overhearing.
So we're gonna try it later.
You could have an early dessert.
And if it's any good, it'll be actually.
You know.
This is part of a video we're making. We're remaking a bunch of our childhood favorites. The other recipes we're planning for that video right now are pepper steak, stuffed pasta shells, and hamburger soup.
Hamburger stew.
Hamburger stew. Hamburger stew.
Hamburger stew. What?
Where is Annie?
What did you? She's in her room, I think.
Probably chatting on the phone.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the new Annie.
Apologies for the sound for a second. I'm just gonna blend this up.
Thank you, Lynn, for the tip. Oh. What is dulce?
Dulce is another seafood.
Instead of Norway.
Can you use it instead of nori?
Sure.
But how much?
Like an equivalent amount to a sheet of nori. I don't know. I've never actually cooked with dulce, but I know it's like a similar palette.
Do we eat dessert every day? We never used to, but we started
We did eat dessert every day. Yeah. We have some form.
We do. We never used to. We used to always just have fruit, especially when the kids were little. But I think this channel, this channel has ruined us for dessert because now we're always trying recipes and trying out things.
We don't always. Sometimes we'll just have a couple squares of chocolate. It's still dessert. I don't know. I like something sweet at the end of a meal. What can I say? Sue me.
Welcome! You made it!
It is early for Malcolm.
Oh my.
Alright, let's bring this down. Okay, so all we have to do now, this is just going to keep cooking down for... And I'll leave the lid on. We've got a nice little simmer going here.
It smells really good in here.
So what we're going to do is once these are cooked down, the potatoes are ready to go, we're going to add in the tofu, some apple cider vinegar, and the cream. And then that's basically it. And then just kind of let it sit. I like to let it sit for a few minutes. It'll cool down. The flavors get to mingle. But we've done most of the work now. The only thing that's left is the apple cider vinegar to go in. Okay, so I'm just going to do... So now's a good time for any more questions or comments.
Got an important one here. Janet says, I've never been a fish eater. If you leave out the nori, what is the base flavor?
We're not putting in the nori now.
What is the base flavor?
It's not. It doesn't taste fishy. It tastes more. Well, you've had it at times. How would you describe it? It's creamy and rich and mild. It's like a very umami.
Is it time to put that in?
Not yet. Why are you getting mad? You don't
throw it in.
You want it to be crispy. Well, now you get one less in your soup. I hope you're happy. Yeah. So if you don't use the nori, which we're not doing, it's really creamy and umami.
Chill.
What?
Chill. That was close.
Did I almost burn you?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Whoops. Oopsie. Don't burn your children while they're helping you cook. Okay, so we keep on cleaning up.
Thank you, Susan, for the tip.
Thank you, Susan. Look at this. Isn't it nice to clean up?
Clean-ish.
Clean-ish.
Don't tell me the scent, though.
Oy vey. I need to redo this spice cupboard. Our spice cupboard is exploding. Goodness. Oh my goodness. I almost grabbed this as my water bottle. Can you imagine? That would have been a spit take and a half.
You would have made that for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to bring the temperature of this down because it has got a massive rolling boil here. Yeah, we didn't do much of we didn't add a dessert to tonight's recipe. It just felt like it was too much to cram in. And there wasn't enough time in between. But for those that are regulars to our new little cooking hour we do on Mondays, Annie keeps on claiming she's going to be doing the cooking next week.
She's going to be cooking?
She's going to be cooking next week.
What make?
I don't know. She hasn't told me yet. Tell her. I'll do my best. So once she lets me know, I will, as always, post the ingredients on this Friday on our socials. Yeah, are you going to cook sometime, Eve, for us?
Sure, I'll cook next time.
You want to cook next time, too? 2 weeks in a row, right? I get off
I said
from
I
cooking.
want to cook this one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, remember?
You want to finish up? That's what the tofu looks like. It's very crispy.
It's okay, I'm comfortable.
You're comfortable now? When we're almost done. I just want to check the cream. I might put it on for a little bit longer.
Oh, we got some. What is workers' comp?
Workers' comp? It's like when you're off work because you've been injured.
Why?
Someone asked.
I'm confused.
I'm going to put this on just for a second just to make sure it's nice and blended.
I think it's good. I think it's good. Okay. Have we tried Old Bay seasoning in this?
You know what? I didn't put it in. I know it's very common in chatters. I also just kind of want to make it my own. I think like the flavors that are in here add up to that kind of similar vibe, but feel free if that's a flavor you really love in your chowder, make this your own. You know, that's what we say literally. If you get a copy of our cookbook, the opening page literally says, "This book is yours to do with it as you please." You know,
Right in it.
right in the physical book. Right in the book. Woolie's already written in here.
Where?
Well, just in every recipe, right here, we have a little section in the bottom corner for you to add your own notes.
Move it over.
So Woolie's already written in the creamy Moroccan stew, the Instant Pot, 2 minutes, natural release, 8 minutes. So, you know, we're literally writing notes in our own cookbook to continue to tweak the recipes. But I just think that's how recipe books should work. They should just, you know, be starting off points to modify to your own taste. You should definitely explore. You should it doesn't hurt to make a recipe the way it's designed the first time, just to explore new flavors and learn new things. But if you've cooked enough to know what you like and you don't like, there's no harm in making things your own. That's kind of the beauty of cooking. Stop eating the tofu. I'm taking it away. Okay, how's this doing? This might be close.
Uh-oh. I finally turned it off.
Oh, we finally lost the camera?
Oh, it
Oh, wow.
yeah, good job, Bruno.
It's doing better today. I think it's cooler in the kitchen today because of the winter apocalypse we're facing. All right, I'm going to check the potatoes. Gotta check the wee potatoes. Not quite. Oh, I got there. Another few minutes.
Are you eating my soup?
I'm not eating the soup. I'm talking about potatoes. Yeah. Yeah. And to be honest,
Oh, there we go.
for the Old Bay seasoning,
If people like nori and the chowder, add it in at the table.
yes,
I'm gonna put it on the table right
it just
now.
doesn't get blended in to the whole flavor of it. But you can definitely put some. Ethan's very excited now. Thank you.
Where's it at?
Should be if we have right there to the bottom.
Where? Woo! Yes.
You know what you might want to do.
Ah.
You know what you might want to do though.
Spread it out.
Put it in the magic bullet with the dry
Make it like
blender.
powder?
Make it like a powder.
Oh, now we're talking. Bella's excited.
Grandma's like, seaweed. Sign me up, boss. I rip it up, cut it up with the kitchen scissors first.
Oh my God.
Where are you looking?
I'm trying to get the magic bullet.
It's not there.
Yeah?
It's not in there.
What?
Our kids don't even know our own kitchen.
What? It's in here.
It hasn't been in there in forever.
Wait, that's one of those? I always put like the magic bullet stuff.
I know, you always put the stuff in there, but it hasn't gone in there for 6 months.
Yeah, see, we change it like every 6 months.
You don't change it every 6 months. Okay.
Why do we do that? Like, there's no point.
To make it more efficient, boy. To make it more efficient. Okay, here, use the dry. So what I'm telling him to do is use this. If you have like a little mini blender, this is like the flat blade. This is better for dry stuff.
I swear, we can change everything in this kitchen except for what's in here, and there.
Because I'm constantly revising it to make it more efficient. Isn't that a good thing?
What happens when it gets too
When it gets too efficient, then I stop. Then we're gonna move to the farm and continue to revamp that.
Thank you, Joy, for the tip.
Watch out, Belma. Here, do you want me to do that for you? I can do this for you. You gotta work that. I can do this for you. I gotta wait for this anyway.
Who got that?
Here, you can put that back. Okay. Yes, the recipe, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little seaweed powder for Ephraim. And maybe I might put some in too, actually. It's an additional part of the recipe. Yeah, and the other reason why I don't put Old Bay seasoning in this is literally this is the only recipe I would ever use it for. So I just don't want to have it in the house. Well, we don't make this recipe enough to have, like, to justify. We should make it enough. Ephraim would eat this every week.
Taco soup.
This and taco soup. If Ephraim had to live off of 2 of our recipes, it'd be this, taco soup, and probably granola.
Okay, let's see. Uh-oh.
Just tearing up some.
Lori burned the crap out of the potatoes.
Oh, yeah, you gotta blow on that first.
Yikes.
I hope you're okay, Lori.
No! Malcolm, cooking is a science too.
Malcolm said science.
Malcolm said cooking is an art, baking is a science.
See? Thanks, Malcolm.
No! Won't accept it.
Okay, this will be a little bit loud for a second because I'm gonna blitz up the seaweed. Okay, you know what we can do? This is just going like this for a minute. Let's just use this one.
Oh, it's back.
Maybe give it. Does it need a break though?
Well, if it disconnects real quick.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Malcolm, you're my friend again.
Did Malcolm change his mind?
No, he said taco soup forever.
Malcolm loves the taco soup.
It's so good.
And well, these pancakes.
Better be on page 1. 91. There's 90 more pages of recipes before this.
They're not in like any order of deliciousness. They're all good.
You see how taco soup found me like that? Dad? Oh my god! Ow! It got my eye.
Did you snort it up?
No, blue on it. It like.
Okay, so we just made some little like nori flakes that people can add to the soup if they want to give it a little seaweed vibe.
It smells like a dirty lake.
It's crazy how like a sheet makes that. That's all a sheet makes. It's like 2 tablespoons maybe.
That's not crazy. Wait, that was kind of crazy how I just flipped the taco soup. I didn't like.
You just flip to it. Probably because it's well worn.
It's because it found me. It's a part of me.
Okay, let's check out the soup and see if it's ready to put the potatoes in. I mean
Now we're back to
the
the
sauce.
baking and chemistry and stuff.
Well, there might be people watching later, so they're just adding comments now, right?
No, it's still what you're saying before. I'm just saying it again. Okay, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not going to say. I don't know.
Okay, our potatoes ready. Okay, so we are in the end game here.
Okay, wait.
All right, I'm gonna bring this right down.
Nori Flakes, the new pepper spray.
Okay, so we're gonna. Funny. Okay, so we're gonna add in the cream soup. Watch how this like instantly transforms.
Mary is asking, is it one of those soups that tastes better the next day when the flavor is set overnight?
Every soup tastes better the next day. Every soup.
Uh-oh. Your computer's gonna explode. Or die.
Why? Oh, you didn't bring the...
I said look, we can use the extended cord that I brought up from the music.
That's what the extension cord was brought up for. Anyone want a part-time job doing live streams with me?
Whoops.
Okay, and then we're going to add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and then I'm going to throw the tofu in there as well. And then really, actually, I'm going to turn the heat off, because what I want is this to cool down for us to eat it. And really, all I want to do now is just let the tofu soft. Tofu's going in.
We're going in!
No, stop eating it.
I didn't say I was going to eat it. Watch this, right?
Oh, he wants to do basketball.
Step back.
Nice.
Cash.
Okay. So we're basically, this is the soup.
Time to eat.
Time to eat. Well, not yet. Let it sit. So now, what do I have for additional options? I mean, if you want to add a little kick to this, throw a little hot sauce in your bowl if you want to do that. A little hot sauce.
When did we do that?
I just know some people like a little hot sauce and clam chowder. The reason why I wanted to play with a recipe like this too is when I was in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I want to say 5 years ago, but it's probably longer now. Shooting a TV show. And this is before I started eating fully plant-based. I was still pescatarian then. And I would, on the weekends when we weren't shooting or prepping, I would kind of drive around and just to get a tour of the East Coast and just take in all of its beauty. And I found this little village, and I can't remember the name of it. I could look it up and maybe add it to the comments later on. I went in because everyone told me the chowder there was amazing. So I went in and I had it, and it was easily the best bowl of clam chowder I had in my entire life. And this was not close to where I was staying in Halifax. It was like an hour plus drive to get there. I went back probably twice more because I brought people with me from the cast and crew because I was like, you got to try this chowder. So for me, I was like, when I went plant-based, I was on a mission to kind of do my best to recreate as good as I could a version of that. And this does it gets as close as you can probably get. Because really, it's just replacing the clams. Isn't really even the flavor of the dish that was great. So that's easy to swap out with tofu. And then it was just getting that broth properly. I mean, soup, the real magic of soup is broth, right? So if you can get decent at flavoring broth, then you can become a soup master. Okay, we're going to let this sit. It's too hot to eat right now. And we want the tofu to kind of soften up.
Yeah, but not too soft.
But not too soft. Well, it's going to be good. It's gonna make it very clam-like.
I'm so hungry.
I'm so hungry. I need food. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up shortly. So if anyone's got any last-minute questions, if anyone has been meaning to send Ephraim a tip and hasn't done so yet, now is a good time.
Veggies, roasted corn, or potatoes.
Oh,
and
okay.
popcorn, roasted nuts.
Okay, well, you know what? Maybe I'll pick up some Old Bay seasoning, and we'll give it a shot. Maybe we'll modify this recipe.
Lori said first taste, so good.
Yeah. See, Lori's
I don't think ours is that good. He added a bit too much broth.
Oh my goodness! But you know what? I think I to be fair, I think I cooked down a bit, so I think it evened it out. Do you want the first taste, Steve?
Is it ready?
It's ready-ish. I mean, most of it.
Do I want the first taste?
You can have it here. I'll just give you. But you wanted to. I'll give you a little bit of everything.
I got it.
Just like when you were a baby boy.
So I'm gonna.
Why don't you come over here because the microphone's better over here. People can hear you better.
It's dripping from the bottom.
That's why I got my hand there.
Oh, you missed the celery. No celery.
The celery's in there. Oh, I didn't get your piece of celery.
Fine.
Ready? Uh-oh.
What happened?
What do you mean what happened?
Try it.
What? It's not good?
I don't know. It's like it has like a weird smoky taste.
The paprika.
Yeah, but it's usually like saltier.
Oh, well you can add more.
Oh, it's because of our broth. Oh, heck no.
Well, you can add more salt.
Sorry for those SOS people, but...
No, don't add salt to your own dish. Don't add it to this.
Unacceptable.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is how it always tastes.
No, it's usually saltier. It's because you
probably because you add salt to your own.
No, it's because you use our broth.
The broth we usually buy is no salt.
But it still has like some like lingering stuff.
No, you can add some salt. You can add salt and pepper to your own. There's that. Okay, so we're gonna.
Let me see now.
Okay, what are you doing? We get the broth. The broth is the. Really, you just want to taste the broth. You add a little bit of. You're gonna add a ton of salt to one little bite. There you go. There we go.
That's way better.
There's
usually salt in this.
Some of us are used to a little less salt.
Sorry to you SOS people, but I'm telling you, the salt adds to it.
Okay, but don't tell them not to eat that. Anyway.
I'm not saying don't do it. Like, if it's part of your...
And the nori too, the nori flakes. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna... Uh-oh. It's okay, we'll go over here. We'll do this. We're gonna wrap...
Whoa! Your camera sucks on this. Look at my shirt.
Well, that's the webcam.
It looks way better on...
Oh, that's the webcam.
Okay, go over here.
Anyway, okay, we don't...
Let's see your shirt. Oh my god, it looks like...
It's muted. Okay, so thanks for joining us. Got my Canadian accent back. We'll be back next week. Annie will be rocking... Well, actually, Annie's going to be cooking.
You're going to be rocking it.
I'm going to be rocking the...
Does that mean you get paid?
I think Annie's still going to take the tips, which I'm fine with. So thanks for joining us for our Clamless Tofu Chowder. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, we'll be back next week. The recipe will be posted this Friday on our socials. Come and join us. And if there's any recipes from our cookbook or our website or anything you want us to do on the lives, let us know. Send us a message here. Email me. There's various ways to get in touch with me. And we will add it to the queue for recipes to do. Whatever you want. Okay. Bye, everyone. I gotta hit the button twice.